It's currently the 4th of April. We are out disking at the moment before some spring wheat round. Thanks for the recommendations on previous video and feedback. I think going forward I will try and keep videos shorter and probably do more videos rather than just one big long video every month, because most people, myself included, don't have the attention span. So I'll give you a few little snippets of what we've been doing this month, and then probably do more in-depth videos later on those individual things. Had quite a few things go wrong this month, including the sprayer breaking, the fertilizer spreader breaking, and also the drill breaking. So although we started spring drilling weeks and weeks ago and getting ready, we're still not done. So oh well, that's farming. Enjoy the rest of the video. This is the second winter wheat crop here. We've got quite a few second wheats this year. I'll show you why in a bit. But this was always planned to be a second wheat. This has had about 20-25 kilos a hectare of muck in about mid-September. We then incorporated that with a low disturbance subsoiler, a Heaver Stealth, and then that's had the Avatar go straight into that direct stubble and rolled. It's a bit of a risk doing it in this field because there's quite a lot of blackgrass pressure in this field, but thought we'd earned the right to go back into it again, but obviously not. This is actually one of the cleaner sections of the field. Down in that corner it's pretty awful. Just out here looking at some winter wheat. This is first wheat extays after beans. This is no-tilled with a horse Avatar straight into the stubble. We've got about 70 hectares up on this block here. It's looking really well, tillering well. Love a bit of stubble. This is on some quite light ground up here. It's clay loam on top of a limestone brash. It's quite thin. Looks really good. Very happy. A lot of this block has had different cultivations depending on what it's needed. This particular field was straight no-till into the stubble. I'll show you a little map in the future. Just doing a few little cultivation trials. Some's been subsoiled, some's with discs, and we're just off to meet someone to do some forestry work for us in this wood here. So the plan is to thin a lot of this woodland in here, take down all of the old rotten trees, any ash. You see it's quite overgrown through here. Hopefully get a bit of light back into it, get some grasses and flowers, make everything look nice. Ooh, a couple of ducks. Get some light back into this pond, which should be nice as well. You can see it's scummy on the top and a bit horrible. Hopefully it starts flowing a little bit better. Into week 2 of the thinning now. It's starting to look a little bit empty. Still a lot to go. operator in action.
No, don't do that.
There aren't many of them about.
But that boom's lower, but nobody got these fucking speed humps here.
So that's 2.5 litres a hectare of glyphosate going on there, Roundup, in order to kill all these weeds. We apply our glyphosate along with fulvic acid and citric acid. The citric acid reduces the pH of the glyphosate down to about 3.5 to make it more effective, and also the fulvic acid is used as a bit of a buffer, a bit of an adjuvant, a sticker, and as well it reduces quicker in the soil, breaks down faster. But yeah, so here we are next to a big old pile of gold dust, also known as farmyard manure. I'll show you here. Got over 1,000 tonnes of it this year. This has come from a local beef farmer, and what we do is after harvest we give them our straw, and in return he gives us back the straw. Lots of worms, millipedes. He gives us back the straw along with a lot of muck as well. Loads of poo, which is brilliant. Full of nitrogen, full of P, full of K, and other macronutrients. Well, that's where all that cattle manure was last week. That's roughly 1,500 tonnes spread across here now before the spring oats, over about 62 hectares or something like that. About 25 tonnes a hectare gone on. Hopefully the wind noise isn't too bad. We're just doing a light surface cultivation. Just a light set of discs on the top. Get all this manure that was spread yesterday all incorporated nicely. Should be a nice seed bed for the Avatar to follow in a couple of days' time. It's Monday the 27th of February and we are finally drilling. These are spring oats, just down here in the slot, going at about 1.5 inches. A little bit deep, but this has been cultivated, so when this is rolled, it should compress down to just around about 1 inch. See the oats there, this is last year's seed, so it has got a treatment on. And then also 50 kilos of urea here, urea product, so about 23 kilos of N that'll be. And with muck in the seed bed, that should pretty much just top up all the nitrogen that we need for these oats to take through the season. Maybe do a tiny bit more through foliar if we need. Oats are going on 170 kilos because it's a year-old seed. It's coming towards the end of February, and just put on the first application of nitrogen this year. Tramline's looking well. Onto all the wheats now. I've just finished the first wheats. So about 30 to 40 kilos of urea. Hope you've enjoyed the February update of what's going on the farm. Should be finishing drilling in the next day or two, and then hopefully be drilling my intercropping trials, or should start to drill them at the end of March, weather permitting. So that'll be good. Just going to give a quick policy update before we go. That is the Farming Equipment and Technology Fund, split into two bits: the productivity and slurry, and the animal health and welfare. These are for grants from £1,000 to 25 grand. You pay up front for the item and then claim. It makes sense really if you're going to already purchase this type of equipment. But if you're doing it just to chase a grant, it's not really worth it. Tree shears under the forestry section. You can see different sections up here. On the arable, direct drills. We purchased our direct drill through the first round of this grant at the end of last year. Also stubble rakes. So there are some interesting bits of kit here, but who knows. And on the animal side, just a few different options there.